Step 1. Place the shoulders together with right sides facing. Pin or clip. Using narrow zigzag, sew the seam. All seam allowances are 1.5 centimeters. If you are going to neaten the edges, do this now, working both edges separately. Press the seam allowances open. Work second shoulder the same. Step 2. Place the top of the sleeve with right sides together, to the armhole, between the notches on the body, and matching the center sleeve notch to the shoulder seam. Using narrow zigzag, sew the armhole seam, keeping the shoulder seam opened out. Work second sleeve the same. Step 3. Neaten both armhole seam allowances together and press them towards the sleeve. From the right side, and using narrow zigzag, top stitch approx 0.75 cm away from the seam on the sleeve side of the seam. Step 4. The pockets. Place the pocket bag with right side to right side of body, placing the straight edge of the pocket to the seam matching notch on the body to top of pocket. Sew together using narrow zigzag. Repeat for all 4 pocket bags. If neatening, overlock the pocket edges only, working both edges of seam allowance together. Step 5. Press seam allowance towards the pocket and top stitch on right side near the seam line on pocket. Work all 4 pocket flaps the same. Step 6. Underarm seams, both the same. With right sides together, pin the underarm seam from wrist to hem around the pocket. Step 7. Sew from wrist to hem using narrow zigzag and working the 3 turns, at underarm point and at top and bottom edges of the pocket, as right angles. See the picture. Clip the underarm point. Step 8. If neatening, overlocking or serging, straighten out the corners as you go so that you can work continuously. Step 9. Collar. With right sides together, pin and sew the short edges of the collar together. Press the seams open and snip the corners of the seam allowance. Step 10. With wrong sides together, fold the collar in half lengthways. Press the fold. With right sides together, pin the long edges of collar evenly around the neckline of the dress, matching the seam to one shoulder seam, and stretching the collar slightly to fit. Sew through all 3 layers using narrow zigzag. Step 11. Trim the seam allowances of the body and of the outer collar. Leave the seam allowance of the inside of the collar. Step 12. Pin this seam allowance to the body, from the right side, so that the cut seam allowances are enclosed between the inner collar seam allowance and the body of the dress. Top stitch around the neck from the right side, on the body not the collar, using narrow zigzag, 0.75 cm away from seam. Use your machine's free arm to make this easier. Step 13. The hem. Press and then pin up the hem of the dress to the inside. The hem is 4 cm deep. Using a wide twin needle, 4 mm wide for medium fabrics, 6 mm wide for thicker fabrics, sew evenly around the hem from the outside. Work the sleeve hems in the same way. See my YouTube tutorial for using twin needles. Step 14. Optional pocket top stitching. Using the template for the pocket outline and tailor's chalk, mark a line around the pocket opening. Pin the pocket bag to the front dress. Using the twin needle, sew carefully around the marked line, through all layers. Take care at seams where the fabrics are thicker. Begin and end at the side seam. Work both pockets the same.